We're going to send you one of those play and charge kits. I don't know about you, but Save Points Ninja Cinema, does it get much better? Cool stuff. Anyway, Itagaki-san is one of my heroes, but not just for his recent games like the one you just saw. He's also old school. In fact, he was a programmer of one of my all-time favorite games, Tecmo Super Bowl for the Super Famicom way back in the day. Great game. Anyway, next up, I'd like to invite to the stage a developer from the other side of the world. Like Itagaki-san, he's an industry legend, creating some of the most interesting games out there, including Populous, Dungeon Keeper, Black and White, and of course, Fable, which sold almost 3 million copies on the original Xbox. He's here today all the way from Surrey, England. Please welcome to the stage Peter Molyneux to show us Xbox exclusive Fable 2.
Right, now I'm going to be showing, no surprises, I'm going to be talking about Fable 2. And I'm going to be talking about basically 2 new features. Now I think they're cool new features, and I'm going to be doing a live demo, and that's very scary, by the way. Doing live demos terrifies me. The Ninja Gaiden people did a good job. Let's talk about the first one. The first thing I'd like to talk about is money. We all love it, we all like it. And in Fable 2, money is very important. You don't get money for doing quests, you get money for doing jobs, and you get money for gambling. And this is something called a pub game. We had them in Fable 1. You can walk into a pub and you play a game, and you can either win or lose your money. And we're going to do that now. This is a game called Keystone. And it's a little bit like a cross between roulette and craps. And I'm going to bet on the number 17. That is my favorite lucky number. I did this when I was a student and lost all my year's grant money on the roll of one roulette wheel, and then had to eat potatoes for a year. But there you go. So I'm just betting away, and now I'm going to roll the dice, and hopefully we'll be lucky. Wow, now that's a coincidence. Lucky 17. And I've won. And great, I've got 1,000 gold, which I can go and spend in the Fable world. Now, is that cool? It's quite nice. It's a lovely game. But here's the surprising thing. What you're seeing there is actually an Xbox Live Arcade game outside of Fable. And what I am able to do is take the money I win from that Xbox Live Arcade game and move it into the Fable world. So here we see, if we just bring up Fable, I'm going to do that now, and I take that. This is a dream of mine. Imagine games communicating together. Imagine 2 games talking. That's exactly what's happened here. I've won on an Xbox Live Arcade game, and I transferred it over. We are going to be releasing this Xbox Live Arcade game a few weeks before the launch of Fable 2. So you can go and you can save up some money and you can gamble, and that's when you get your Fable 2 copy, you can already be rich before you start playing the game. That's pretty cool. So here I am in the world, and here's my gold that comes in. That's cool. I now can go and buy stuff. Maybe I can buy stuff from this trader guy. I could buy swords and clothes and whatever, but really what I'm going to do is I want to show you something else. Now, before I do, let me just point out that I am a woman. That isn't a confession. It just so happens that I chose at the start of Fable 2 to play a woman, which is nice. I've found lots of discoveries because you can chat people up, and I've been, it's a real journey for me now. Not only is it a journey because I've been a woman, but in Fable, of course, you can get married and you can have babies. So I have been pregnant. There is no labour minigame, but I was tempted to put one in, I can tell you. Anyway, so transferring that money from an outside game, from an Xbox Live Arcade game to Fable is great. That's fantastic. That's one feature. Now, the next feature I'm going to show off, I need some help. And so I'd like to bring on stage a colleague of mine, Josh Atkins, who's helping with the combat on Fable 2. This is Josh. Big round of applause for Josh.
Thank you very much.
And we're going to show off the next big feature, and it's this. I've played role-playing games all my life, and I've loved them. I love them, but I've been lonely. And what I really want is co-op, and I want dynamic co-oping, and that's exactly what we're going to give you in Fable 2. We're going to give you the ability to dynamically co-op, and that means at any time, at any point in the game, you can say, I want a friend here in this world now. And that's what Josh is going to demonstrate. He just presses the button, he comes in the game. The hero that he comes in and the henchman he comes in at is based upon his hero in his world if he's playing Fable 2.
I like his haircut.
And you look cool because you're a tough man and I'm a poor frail woman.
Oh, I don't think so.
Yeah. So let's bring him in the world. That's the first cool feature, that dynamic nature. You don't have to do anything else. The second cool feature is if any experience or gold that Josh earns while he's co-oping in my game, he can bring back into his game. Now that is cool. That means I've played so many co-op games where, you have an experience, you don't get anything for it. So you can sort of keep on earning experience whether you're co-oping in your world or someone else's world. Anyway, let's go down and have a look at this world. Now, as you see, we're a fair way through the world. There's our dog. He's a real artificial intelligence dog. He's going to be pointing things out maybe that I can't see or hear yet. You can't quite hear this. You think you can hear his little growl there. He's pointing something out off the road. That's very important. Off-road, off the path. And I can go and look at that with this thing called lookout trigger. These are one of our baddies called Hobbs. They're cute. I like killing them. They're nice to kill. So that is cool, that really clear vision of what the world is going to be with those lookout triggers. Now let's go and have a look at combat in a little bit more detail. Combat is a big thing. We wanted to create a combat system that was cool enough that anybody could fight. Anybody, whether they'd used a combat game before or not, but that was accessible enough and deep enough that any gamer, and I can promise you this, the gaming combat in this world is going to be amazing. What you're seeing here is me pressing one button for swords, another button for guns, switching dynamically between swords and guns. What I am going to be showing soon is what it's like to switch between swords, guns, and magic. All of this works within something called a crescendo combat system, all working under simulation, all working under AI. And I'm really, really pleased with the results. It really is a completely different experience to anything that you've experienced before. Now, we're just going to kill off you.
Oh, you got the last one. You got it.
And in practice, he's been getting the last ones.
Yeah.
Anyway, enough of death and mayhem. Let's go and meet my family. Down here, I've got a little farmhouse which I bought with my money, and I moved my family into it. We've been married for 5 years, and we had a baby. That means I was pregnant, as I said. We had a baby, and I haven't been back home for about 6 months now. So let's go and see what the reception's like. You should see, there's my son.
Mum, I thought you'd never come back. Don't ever leave us all alone again.
Well,
I'm going to be
that's
an
lovely.
adventurer when I grow up.
It's kind of like a trip away to GDC. That's all working under simulation. All of this is complete simulation here. Now let's meet my husband. He's a bit naggy. Now, Josh, this is absolutely true. They were supposed to end this demo where you see my naggy husband, but Josh tried in the rehearsals yesterday, and he did this. And this is completely improv. Go on,
bad
Josh,
man.
He shot my husband. My poor son is now an orphan. And that moment is real. It's not staged. This is a real simulated world. That husband's not going to come back to life. It's going to pull at your heartstring, and that's what I want. That's the drama I want. All I would warn you is be careful. But just be careful who you invite into your world. So that's Fable 2. Thank you very much for listening. Let's shake hands. Bye.